Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's Crafty Pink Lady Lisa, and I am back with a very special project and card share. This is for Saturday Morning Makes, which is hosted by the fabulous and wonderful Miss Jill Norwood. I will try and leave a link to her channel for you. And let's go ahead and jump into the products I used. As I'm talking about the products, I'll let you know why this card is very near and dear to my heart. So anyways, we're going to talk about the products first. We'll move the card aside. This was the first thing I used, the Tim Holtz Edge Distressor, I believe it is called. And then I used these. This calls for confetti pink champagne sparkle gems, and you can see there is pink, a clear, and a gold, very pretty. And I used my beloved Sweet Miss Daisy ledger stamp, I believe is what this is called. This is what it looks like. I have shown this in other videos recently, and this is what it looks like right there. On the back, I do not think I have a card handy. Oh, no, I don't. But anyways, you can go to sweetmissdaisy.etsy.com and you can find all of her wonderful stamps, and they are designed by Anna White, who used to design for This Calls for Impression Obsession. And let's see, it's a ledger right there. So you can, revered ledger, I think is what it's called. You can hopefully see that, or stop the screen to focus on that. So this is what it looks like. And then I pulled out another, or this is an oldie. This is from Unity. It is called Unity Girls. I used this sentiment right here. You will always be the sister of my soul, the friend of my heart. And the reason why this card is so special to me is because my dearest and closest in real life bestest friend is moving. And I can't say how sad I am. I'm so happy for her. She's got a wonderful opportunity ahead of her. Excuse me as the tears start to flow. She's got a wonderful opportunity ahead of her, and I'm so happy for her and her husband, but I am saddened because I live on the West Coast and she is moving to the Midwest, so I'm not going to be able to call her up and see her whenever I want anymore. So anyways, let me pull it together and let's get on with the video before I start bawling. So I used this Unity stamp, and I used my Copic markers to color it up. And I did also use some Distress Oxides. I did not pull those in, I believe it was Worn Lipstick, Saltwater Taffy, and Picked Raspberries. And then my crafty BFF, Tina, sent me a package, and inside were these papers. There is no names on them. This one is double-sided. This one has no name on the what would be the bonding strip, so I do not know where they came from. And I will be doing a video, hopefully sometime in the next day or two, on that package. So I used these. I also used this twine that Anna White has recommended to everyone that you can get at Walmart. I did also use my Starry Colors. This is the Ganzai Tombi from Yurtaki, I think it is. You can get this on Amazon, and I have shown this in previous videos. It looks like this on the inside, different colors of gold. That is a white gold. This is my second box, and so that shows how much I absolutely love it, and some of them are ready to be replaced already. So let's go ahead and get on with the card. This is the card that I created. So I took, the background is on watercolor paper, and I took a wide paintbrush like this, and I spritzed the ink, or I rubbed the ink on my desk, and then I spritzed it with a spritz or two of water, and I painted it across. You can see it kind of is light here and darker and darker. And then I would dry in between each layer. Some of them I added several layers to make it a little bit darker, drying in between each layer so it didn't become a mess. And then I used one other dye. Hang on while I get it. I used this. I completely forgot about this. This is the A2 Layers dye by Waffle Flower, and I got this at Simon Says Stamp. And then I cut my layers. I cut the watercolor paper as the largest layer, and I took inspiration from a card that was on the Unity website for this stamp. If you go to Unity, they will always, or most always, have several inspirational ideas on how their designers have used the stamp so that you can have a jumping off or starting off point to give you inspiration on how to use it for yourself. And this was the third time I colored it, and the third time was the charm. I had to refill a couple of my markers, and it just wasn't turning out, and I'm so happy I had to redo it because I absolutely love the way this turned out. The one with the blonde hair is me. The one with this colored hair is my friend. She has very dark hair, and I colored it with dark hair, and I didn't like the way that it looked because it was too much right here where the hair is over the shoulders. So I went with this color, and then I did something I absolutely do not like to do, which is fussy cut the image. And then I used several of the rectangle shapes to cut this size and this size. And then I added the twine, this twine right here that you can get at Walmart that Anna White recommends to everybody. And this sentiment went right down here. You will always be the sister of my soul, the friend of my heart. And then after I did the pink, I made sure it was nice and dry. And then I took my ledger stamp and I had it like this with ink on it. And then I took, so it's like this. We're going to pretend it has ink on it. And if this copy paper was my paper, I put it over like this and rubbed it so that I didn't have to worry about getting a good impression because it is such a large stamp if I did it the other way. I have not tried it in my Misty. If you have a Misty, you could probably get a good impression that way, but that's just the way that I did it. And I absolutely love this stamp. So this is the way that the card turned out. I have not filled it out yet. I was waiting until this morning because I get to see my friend for one last day today, and I know it's going to be an emotional day. She was not planning, her and her husband were not planning on moving until they sold their house, and then suddenly the other day I got a call saying that she was leaving on Wednesday, that she had to be to her new job with her company by next week. So my heart is very sad. So I have this lovely card for her, and I hope that she likes it, and I know that she'll treasure it. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.